The Supreme Court dealt a blow to democracy and radically altered the American electoral process this week. Or did it? I guess that depends who you ask. It's true that the court, in a sharply contested 5-4 decision, struck down any limits to the amount that a single person can give in overall political donations. And that does make a lot of us somewhat nervous because, after all, in a system already awash in untold amounts of money, this floods even more in. But that's been going on for a long time, so why are we so nervous? The truth is, the super PACs and other private organizations have been flooding dollars into the electoral process for years. Certainly over the last number of years since the Citizens United case. In fact, one could argue that the McCutcheon decision of this week will make things better in terms of democracy and equal electoral process, because now the dollars will flow, at least could flow, to political parties and to individual candidates, both of whom have to practice far more transparency than the super PACs do. So I think that with so many of these kinds of things in politics, how you feel about this case, where you stand about this decision, has everything to do with where you sit. If you think that this decision will be good for the candidates, the party, and the policies you support, then you are going to say this is a great decision and great for democracy. If you think it's going to be bad for the party and the politics and the policies that you support, you're likely saying it's a terrible blow to democracy and really something we have to be very concerned about. That's not cynicism on my part. That's simply my willingness to appreciate that words like democracy and electoral equality, these are very big ideas, and in fact they probably can't be reduced to one conclusion or the other about this case. It has more to do not with the case, but what you mean when you use words like democracy. Do you think, for example, that democracy is fundamentally about all people being allowed to do the same things, whether they have the capacity to do so or not, being irrelevant? Or do you think that democracy is fundamentally about people having equal access to the sources of power and to shaping the outcomes of the society in which they live? It seems to me that both of those ideas are always alive in American democracy, and the people who would tell us it's one or the other are misleading us. In fact, healthy societies are about balancing equal access and laws that are equally applied, even though not all people can equally take advantage of them. So it seems to me we should step back and appreciate that what this law and this new rule of no limits means could be good or could be bad, depending upon what we believe democracy to be about. But that over the long haul, democracy is about more than any one thing. And let's hope people, as they respond to this decision on either side, remember that.